Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Meishu-sama's birthday prayer and ancestor service. We are here today to express our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for the protection, help, and countless blessings we have received this past year, and to ask permission to serve the divine plan for this coming 2025. Let us begin our service with an opening prayer to God.
Great God of light, with our deepest respect, we have gathered here at the Miroku Association to celebrate Meishu-sama's birthday, combined with our monthly ancestor service. We humbly offer you our prayers of praise, appreciation for protection, help, and countless blessings we have received this past year, and to ask for permission, guidance, and inspiration to serve in your divine work of the construction of paradise on earth. Please accept the materialization of our gratitude through our in-person and virtual presence, our monetary offerings, and by guiding our relatives and friends. Please give us the strength and wisdom to engage in our practice of faith, centered on the channeling and receiving the sacred Johrei. May we receive greater light and spiritual strength to realize Meishu-sama's ideals in our hearts, our homes, and our communities, so we become effective instruments of your divine light to bring happiness to everyone around us. May the new age of happiness and everlasting peace, where love, goodwill, and understanding prevail, soon become a reality.
Let us take this moment to pray along silently for the departed souls of all ancestors, while specifically honoring the families and individual ancestors of members of our Miroku Association who have been enshrined at the sacred grounds, the anniversary of their passing being in the month of December.
Mario Giuseppe Carlisi, Caetano Carlisi, Inácio Francisco Izaguirre Odriozola, Josvani Alves de Oliveira Pedro, Hama Suzuki, Perry family, Blanca Delmi Guardado, Romanino Molinaro, Atami Velasquez, Teobaldo Ramírez, Pedro Silva, Antônio Isaías Pereira, Rosário Zunolo, Ana Alves, Coimbra family, Joseph Sassi, Marques family, Eddie Lillian Hall, Olortegui family, Luke family, Maria Eugênia de Araújo e Silva, João Negrão Sobrinho, Luiz Antônio Negrão, James Owen Monroe, Jean Davi Redon, Satya Narayan Bansal, Beatrice family, Kim Sen Tiansuan. Maria de Lourdes Carvalho Cavalcante. Santos Estanislau Pessoa de Vasconcelos. Angélica Santos. Gaspar Clóvis Ferreira. Teruko Maeda. Sada Nakashima. Yasuhiko Nakashima. Mari Ooto. Miyazaki family. Cooper family. Satiel Maia. Carreno family. Geralda Moura de Oliveira. Geraldo Coelho Teixeira. Rafael Freitas Marra Silva Teixeira. Nelson Pereira da Silva. Carvalho family.
Please stand and join us for the Amatsu-Norito, prayer of heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer and prayer for ancestors.
Taka amahara ni kamuzu marimasu. Kamuro mi no mikoto mochite. Sume mi oya kabu isanagi no mikoto. Tsukushi no imuka no tachirana no. Odo no agihara ni misogihara itamo toki ni narimaseru. Araido no kamitachi moro moro no magagoto tsumite gareo. Arai tamae kiyome tamae no naosu koto no yoshio. Amatsu kami kunitsu kami yao yorosu no kami tachi tomoni. Ame no fuji koma no mini furi tatete. Hikoshi meseto kashikomi momaosu. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae sakirae tamae. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae sakirae tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae sakirae tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae sakirae tamae. Kam nagara tamachirai mase. Kam nagara tamachirai mase. Great God of light, Creator and giver of all life. In accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan, and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified, as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your grace. Great God of light, bless and protect the souls of our loved ones, whose journey here on earth is over. And as they continue on, great God, encircled in your light, may they be raised to ever finer and higher states of true eternal bliss. Great God of light, bless and protect us all. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan.
Please be seated. We'll now receive group children.
May God and Meishu-sama bless you.
Johrei is now concluded. Let us listen to one of Meishu-sama's teachings entitled Our Founder, which can be found in the book Daily Inspirations. I feel strange when I think of myself, for I am human, yet more than human, divine, yet not completely divine. I devote my life to fulfilling the great mission God has assigned to me. Let me do my utmost for the world's salvation. How many times I have endured tribulations, at times feeling as if I were in boiling water, at other times treading thin ice. Originally, I never dreamed of becoming a spiritual leader or starting a new spiritual movement. I did not think I was such a great man. However, even as a youth, I had concern and great compassion for the sufferings of others. I wanted to alleviate their suffering in some way. Later in my life, I became involved in religion. After much research and training, I began receiving revelations from God. Many mysterious events and miracles started to happen. Eventually, I came in touch with the source of this unlimited spiritual energy. I received this amazing spiritual power which was beyond my belief. My life changed drastically and moved in an unexpected direction. One miracle after another happened continuously. For example, whatever I desired materialized without fail. The spiritual power I manifest has benefited hundreds of thousands of people. Serious illnesses considered hopeless by doctors have been healed. People who were almost dead have been revived and are now healthy and active. Thousands of cases to date have been reported by our members. Whenever I find myself performing these mysterious and amazing divine works, I believe I am being used by God as an instrument to perform this great mission of saving this world. We'll now have greetings from the President of Miroku Association, Reverend Marco Nefa.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for those who are joining us online. Thank you for those who are here in person. Today we are celebrating Meishu-sama's birthday. It's always a great time for us to be inspired by his journey. When I was in Japan this year with the pilgrimage group, we visited his birthplace. And we having the writings of the book called Light from the East, which tells this prophecy, the light from the East is an ancient prophecy. And we truly believe Meishu-sama is the materialization of this prophecy. And he mentioned how is that so? First, he was born in Japan. Japan is the land of the Far East. And within Japan, there is Tokyo. Tokyo means capital of the East. Within Tokyo, there is a district, like boroughs, like Queens is a borough of New York, right? One of the boroughs or district in Tokyo is called Asakusa. And within Asakusa, there is this small village called Hashiba, which is in the eastern part of Asakusa. Asakusa is the eastern part of Tokyo. So Meishu-sama was born on the east of the east, the east of the east. So you can go more eastern than that, right? Yeah. And from that point forward, so except once, because Meishu-sama said he moved several times, was always towards the west. Like being born in the east and going to the west. So that's one fact. Meishu-sama born this day is the day after the winter solstice. which means that's when the days start getting longer again. Because especially those who live in this part of the country here, northeastern area, we know it start getting darker and darker and darker, right? 7 a.m. is still dark, 4 p.m. is dark. And now finally the days start getting longer. Many say Jesus Christ was not born on the December 25th, but they accommodated that day to have the same symbolism. It's a special time of the year. But based on it is a fact he was born on December 23rd. And also, whatever Meishu-sama engaged in, and our practice is all related to light. So he did the calligraphies, right? The ohikari. Ohikari means light. And all his calligraphies, they emanate light. His writings emanate light. He did a flower arranging in such a way to emanate light. So we can go on and on of everything around him. The name, his pen name, Meishu. This Mei is, we say the Lord of Light, Lord of Brightness. That's what Meishu means. His name being Mokichi Okada. Anyway, why God had sent Meishu-sama to be born within this time in the history of humanity? Had already sent Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, Moses. We believe it because before it was an age of darkness. Healing such as Johrei could not be performed because it was not the right time. The moon was in command, so healing had to be through water. And then when the sun started raining, that's why we have the Johrei, which uses mainly the fire element. Mainly, but it's not only fire. Encompasses also water, encompasses us, which is the soil element. But that's why this type of healing couldn't happen before. So Meishu-sama was sent with this specific mission. And without us being healthy and being prosperous and being harmonious, then paradise cannot be accomplished. We have to do our best gradually, day by day, little by little. Those not in a hurry, but investing in our spiritual progress, and then things gradually will start improving our lives and the lives of those around us. So that's why today we are celebrating our gratitude to Meishu-sama, who brought the light and shared the light. Meishu-sama could have been such a person. I'm the owner of the light, I'm not going to share it. If you need it, come to me. No, Meishu-sama was very democratic because we need lots of people to transform the world. So that's why he wrote the ohikaris, had calluses in his hand of writing 500 day in, day out for the ministers to go to the centers to present the ohikari sacred focal point. So giving the opportunity for many people to participate in this great project. So that's our celebration today. So whenever you think, I would like to give something to Meishu-sama, don't give him apples, okay? Because he wrote he was not too fond of apples.
Apples.
Yeah, because maybe in his days, he didn't have the Fuji apples. I love Fuji apples. They are so delicious, right? They are juicy. They have such a meat inside. Maybe in his days, no such a good apple, so he was not fond of. And when people would bring him apples, and then he would say, "Look, you keep bringing me apples. Don't, because I don't eat them. They you're going to spoil. Give it to somebody else. And then he made a comment. Oh, you brought a apple cake today? Well, I like it, no problem. And then said, doctors, there is such a thing. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? Also, there is something in Japanese, there is no such a thing that the apples will serve as a medicine. So he made this comment. But then there are people that they mistook what he said. Oh, Miroku is saying that if we eat apples, we'll be like having a medicine. And they will be bad for us because then there will be toxins from the medicine. So I shouldn't eat apples. And then they will let the apples spoil. And then Miroku said, the more that he tried to say that's not what he meant, the words, bad news travels fast, right? There can be many people we shouldn't eat apples because when someone said they are bad for us, I said, no, that's not what I said. So Miroku gave this example also to say, do it strictly as he says, as he writes. Because if you interpret it in your own way, then there will be a completely opposite effect. Anyway, that's one of the things that he wrote. And also, he said he felt sorry that these great leaders, Jesus, Buddha, Mohammed, Moses, they wrote very little about themselves. They wrote about their philosophy or what they thought, or what they thought that people should do, but not about their personal things. So Miroku not just wanted to write about himself, but he also wanted people to write about him, to give an honest impression. Because he said, okay, I can write whatever I want about myself, but what is your impression about me? Be honest. If you don't like it, you can also write. So he was encouraging that. That's why we have the book called Reminiscences about Meishu-sama. Family members, disciples, members, they all wrote what they perceived in Meishu-sama. And then there's one story that is one of my favorites. I shared here once before. In an arrangement, there was one flower that was not looking so fresh, was withering. And so Meishu-sama was looking at the flower, and there was a disciple sitting in the corner of the room, watching Meishu-sama. And as Meishu-sama kept staring at the flower regained life. So the disciple was so impressed. But Meishu-sama didn't say anything. After the flower was revived, he looked at the disciple. The disciple said, I think, Meishu-sama didn't say a word, but I think he was trying to say, how about that? Right? So that's one story because Meishu-sama had his humorous side, so he encouraged people to laugh. He even created the Happy Laughing Society for the members to write. It's called Kanku. There's a humorous poetry in Japanese, and because he liked that. And also, people will be presented. Sometimes there was somebody that would read, okay, such and such read this, and they were reading from Meishu-sama. But then one time, also nobody laughed. And then Meishu-sama said, wow, no wonder the way that you read was not funny. You have to put the emphasis, right, to create the impact. Anyway, Meishu-sama had this side in himself. So remember our homework for next year, no apples, right? Laugh a lot, right? And so I wish you very happy holidays. Thank you for all your support during 2024. Count on your support for next year as well, both in person and online. And lots of health, prosperity, and peace for you and your loved ones. Thank you. Have a good one.
This concludes our service this evening. Thank you very much for joining us. We wish you happy holidays.